Thanks so much for being here, Alyssa.
My nickname at school was Butch because I was the only girl that played sport. And I went to a co-ed school, 10, 11 and 12, and I was like the outlier in our group because I was the real sporty one, and I was playing cricket with the boys and was playing soccer at lunchtime and stuff with them. And, you know, I look back and I was like, it wasn't offensive at the time. It didn't bother me one bit, but I was like, it was almost be now if you're not playing sport, if you're not involved, you'd be the outlier now. So it's the way that shifted, I think, is really positive.
If you are to, say, look ahead for the next 10 years, if you want to keep this momentum going in the right direction, what do you reckon needs to happen now?
I think investment's going to be key. I think we've seen how companies in particular and organisations, I think, linking with companies that have really similar values and thoughts and feelings about, you know, growing women's sport, but also what the brand of women's sport as a whole as well. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but there's less controversy. There's some unbelievable stories within female athletes around our country, and companies want to link with those and figure out how to tap into what they learn as athletes that can be taken into the business world. And I think a lot of companies out there have great opportunities to invest in teams and organisations in particular and align themselves with amazing females in their own workplace. So hopefully we can see that. I think the more investment that we see now, we can continue to grow each and every sport. I'm not just looking at cricket, I'm also thinking about all the other sports and give more girls opportunities to pick up these different sports and to stay involved, more importantly, not just start it as a kid, but also do it for a living, which I think is amazing. So I'd like to see that unfold more and more, but having really valuable relationships in terms of investment, I think is going to be crucial.
For someone listening who wants to help push the sector to new heights, what can they do?
Show up, I think, is probably the biggest one for cricket at the moment specifically. I think to turn up. I mean, there's so many fans of our game, and there's always a lot of engagement with our fans at a lot of our fixtures. Even if you look at the WBBL from a domestic standpoint, like the people show up and they get to see the players and meet the players, and that's probably my biggest one. I think we get watched a lot on TV, but I think people forget that, you know, it's pretty easy to come down to the ground and watch it. And I think the more people we get at our fixtures throughout the summer, you know, the more we continue to grow our sport, we get new fans to the game. It's going to do wonders for cricket. So don't just like it on social media or watch it on the telly. Actually buy yourselves a ticket and come down and watch, because I think that's where we get the biggest momentum.
As an athlete, do you think you'll ever kind of get sick of that interaction with one-on-one interaction with fans?
No, I genuinely don't. I feel like I meet so many new and amazing people every single day. You know, we don't always have time to sign every single hat along the boundary, but the beauty of all the teams I'm involved in, everyone tries, and you generally have a conversation and you meet someone who's also got an amazing story, and I think that kind of encourages you to keep doing what you're doing. Yes, we're out there on the field trying to compete, but the fact that we can, you know, engage with fans and swap stories, or they'll tell me about, you know, their daughter or their son that's doing something amazing in cricket or hockey or soccer, whatever it might be, and that we've inspired them, puts a smile on my face. So that's what I mean. The more that come down and share those stories, I think the better.